A Franklin woman is suing Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke and 4 deputies, accusing them of false arrest and much more. This is the latest development in a Fox 6 investigation that really got national attention.
Yeah, Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson has been trying for months to get answers from the sheriff. Tonight, right now, you're going to see what happened when he finally caught up with him.
Brian Polson, Fox 6. Could I have just a minute to talk to you?
No, not really.
I'd like to talk to you about Deputy Joseph Keelis.
Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke has never been shy about speaking his mind in front of a television camera, until now.
Could you give me just a minute, Sheriff? No. There's a lot of people who have questions.
I'm here to help seniors celebrate their day here, okay?
I understand.
There's an appropriate process for that. It's to go through my public information office.
We tried that 5 times, in fact, since February 28th. The 5th time the public information officer wrote the sheriff will not be doing an interview without explaining why.
She has responded. She may have not responded in the way that you liked it, but she did respond, okay?
Is there a reason that you don't want to talk about that incident?
The incident in question is a 2013 traffic crash outside Mitchell Airport. Deputy Joseph Keelis was on routine patrol when he rolled a stop sign and T-boned another driver. Tanya Weicker suffered a broken neck, but that's not all. Keelis' fellow deputies then arrested her for drunk driving, even though tests would later prove she was stone cold sober.
Ms. Weicker's constitutional rights were violated rather severely.
On Monday, Weicker stood next to Chicago attorney John Erickson as he announced the filing of a federal civil rights lawsuit against Deputy Keelis, 3 other deputies and supervisors, and Sheriff Clarke.
The sheriff is responsible.
The lawsuit comes 2 months after our investigation showed Deputy Keelis blamed Weicker for the crash, then later changed his story.
Nothing further to say, sir.
Weicker admitted to having a few sips of a friend's drink that night, nothing more, but her injuries were too severe to perform field sobriety tests. Deputy Scott Griffin arrested her anyway and cited her for driving drunk.
I explained to him that my eyes are only red and glassy because I was crying.
Erickson says his client was treated like a criminal as she laid in a hospital bed in pain.
Had to ask for permission to use the washroom in front of a deputy that was keeping watch on her.
Video from an airport surveillance camera eventually proved that Deputy Keelis never stopped before turning onto Howell Avenue as he claimed in his report. The sheriff's office knew about the video 2 days after the crash, but the drunk driving case continued for 10 months before a prosecutor finally declined to file formal charges.
A video that exonerated Ms. Weicker was sat on for months and months until the good work of Fox 6.
The lawsuit filed in federal court Monday accuses Sheriff Clarke, Deputy Keelis, and 3 other deputies of engaging in a cover-up of Deputy Keelis' role in the crash, and it accuses the sheriff of having a de facto policy of concealing and suppressing officer misconduct through what the lawsuit terms a code of silence. After giving the sheriff months to sit down for an interview, we finally had no choice but to approach him at Serb Hall last month during Senior Fest.
Look, there's a courtesy that goes along with being a reporter. There's a professionalism. Apparently you don't get it, okay? This is an event to honor seniors, and that's why I'm here today, to give them their respect.
I understand, and I wanted to sit down.
Once again, I asked multiple times for a sit-down interview.
I can walk away now if we could sit down and do an interview, as we always have.
How you doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
Once again, the sheriff declined.
I just want to know if you believe the arrest of Tanya Weicker was appropriate under the circumstances.
He doesn't have to answer our questions, but he may have to answer the allegations now facing him in federal court.
When there's a bad apple or a bad administration, the light needs to be shined upon it, and they need to be called to answer for their conduct.
Brian Polson, Fox 6 investigators.
Joseph Keelis has not returned to work since the crash. His attorney says his doctors consider him disabled and say he can't return to work, at least for a while. He has a pending disability claim before the county's employment retirement system that would make him eligible to disability for life. Again, Fox 6 News has been the first to bring you this story. Just go to our homepage, fox6now.com, or if you have the Fox 6 News app, you can check it out. We've included a link to Brian's original story, the Fox 6 investigation that broke this case. Also, as part of that story, you'll learn more about Weicker's injuries and more as well about the deputy.